It's my first time in Prague. My name is Pedro, as I was introduced. I moved to Facebook around a year and a half ago. I joined the gaming partnerships team in London. We're a couple of folks like me, partner managers, and we deal with all the products from Facebook. From gaming video to instant games to products that you integrate in your mobile games. That's what we do every day. We're really passionate about what we do, and especially about instant games this year. It's a really awesome product. And I'll talk a little bit about it today. So, Facebook has a family of apps, right? Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, has more than 2 billion users across all of them. But what's interesting is that 800 million of those folks play a Facebook connected game every month. And this is a big crowd. It's a big crowd of engaged users that monetize, that play, that engage, that build community. And these are the folks that we really want to cater to, bring value to, across all of our products. Instant games in this case, it's the one that I'm going to be focusing on today. As a team, and me and my colleagues, we have this mission, which is to build the world's community of folks to discover, play, watch, and share games with the people they like and care about. And today I'm going to be focusing on one of our pillars, the pillar of play, and what we are building around instant games, our mobile gaming platform, and how it eases the way people play games on Facebook. So I'm going to leave you quickly with just a short video, a fun video, but it will introduce you a little bit of what instant games is, and then I'll deep dive into each of the features and tools.
There's something new in Messenger. Introducing instant games.
This guy versus is now in Pac-Man.
You little...
Jeez, now.
This guy versus friend from Fred versus helping up roommates in the woods with friends, Frenzy.
You know how to spell loser? You know how to spell jerk face?
Well, technically, that is not even a word.
How do you say bird in French? This guy versus his new lady friend in Everly. Next to me.
Want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah, totally!
So many games you can connect and compete against your friends, family, anyone really, playing on players.
And that's it. So yeah, instant games lives mainly on Messenger, but you can also play all the games that are in the platform on Facebook Blue, on the big Blue app. We started on Messenger because it really leverages the features and the tools and the conversation as really an entry point into games. We know that games that are played together retain better, engage more, and that's why we started with Messenger. We're going to be leveraging also the Blue app very soon, the older Facebook app, into designing entry points into game that builds social play also in that app, and hopefully one day into other apps on our platform. The basic idea is that we leverage HTML5 as a technology. It allows us to offer games across platform. We really believe in Facebook that every feature, every game, every mechanic has to be used across platform and across country, globally, by everyone, anywhere, everywhere. And the way to do it for us with instant games is by leveraging HTML5. Some notes, we just had our anniversary a couple of months ago. Some of the notes that are there, 1.3 billion users on Messenger, those were the users we were catering in the beginning. 70 game titles launched, those are hard launched. We already have a couple more titles as soft launch, getting ready to be launched in the platform. It's available globally, anyone can play. There's games that are available in some markets, others in other markets, depending on the build size and the quality of the game as well. These are some of the most successful titles so far that we've been seeing in the platform, and also recent launches. from Tetris, from Nordius Golden Boot, one of my favorites. Battleship from Cool Games. I know Lawrence was just here presenting it. I listened to the Q&A, so he probably knows more than I do about the platform. He's one of our most invested developers. He launched a couple of titles in the platform, all very solid executions, all that leverage really well our differentiators. Coming soon. These are some of the titles we announced also that are being built, from Sonic to Disney's Tsum Tsum. Angry Birds is also coming soon to the platform. Everyone is interested, everyone is talking with us, and we're really excited to see all that interest from the developer community, and hopefully you guys also will join us soon. So now I'm going to deep dive into specifics, into the features, to give you an overview of how Instant Games works and the value that it can provide to you as a game developer. Let's focus on discovery first. So discovery is important. We know that we're not a mobile native app. You don't have it on your home screen as an icon. There's less persistent entry points, and so to offer what's valuable for Facebook, we're trying to leverage all of our social entry points to redirect more and more users back to your game. Games tab is one of them. It's the most traditional type of games list, with games you play, games you want to play, that your friends play as well. But this is just one of the entry points, and it's not the main entry point for users. When you have an instant game, you also build your page around that game. With that page comes a messenger bot for re-engagement. When you have a page, you can also post that type of unit. It's a unit that allows users to play now directly on feed, without leaving a feed at all, without going to Messenger even. We have deep links, launched not long ago. Deep links allow you as a developer to redistribute, to market your game outside of our platform. An example you're seeing from Everwing, they are using it on their website. You can use it in other platforms. You can even run promotion campaigns to that deep link from outside. And one that it's very important, it's also one of the entry points that generates the most engagement and most activity into instant games. It's what we call in-thread updates or custom updates. These are messages pushed by the game to a thread, to a conversation between me and a friend while I'm playing. What you're seeing there, for example, is the example of 8-ball pool. So if Marco, one of my colleagues, plays a round, the game will notify me that he played his shot, and it's now my turn. This is just an example, but it's really one of the mechanisms that drives more engagement. It's a constant reminder with your friends in your conversations that you're playing games with them as well, not only just chatting. And to show the importance of this entry point, I don't know the data, I actually didn't see the data that Cool Games shared, but from some of the earlier data they shared with us, 47% of the sessions of new users are initiated from in-thread updates. So it's not all folks coming from the Games tab, it's not all folks coming from the bot, the messenger bot. In-thread updates do tend to generate the most traction. So yeah, other ways we're trying to ease discovery. We know discovery is important for you guys. We're working very hard to launch, hopefully with our ads team, a unit, for an ad unit, with a play now, what we're calling for now, click to play. The idea that you'll have an objective, the objective will be a play from your instant games, and the game can be launched instantaneously from newsfeed. We hope this generates quite a lot of traction. We hope to see it being valuable for you and ROI positive, but we're expecting to see great measures, for example, way higher CTRs, click-through rates into gameplay comparing to a normal mobile game. Let's move to virality. So you guys, some of you at least, and I know some faces in the crowd, you build games on web, you build games using our login, our products and SDKs on mobile. Some of the things you learn throughout the times in building social games, and we did too, is that sharing, inviting, and all of those social mechanics do drive a lot of engagement, do drive a lot of organic virality to your game, and improve retention. And we've seen that in the past with web games, we're seeing it now with instant games, and we want to ease it the way it happens. Games can prompt sharing experiences from in-game using our APIs. We also, on the platform side, have persistent sharing options for users, from copying a link unique to the game, the deep link, or sending directly to Messenger or to Facebook a message. The same way with inviting. There's nothing better than having your friends reaching out to you and saying, hey, do you want to play this game with me? It's actually a better mechanism, and we've been seeing it working better than the normal app-to-user notification from the old days of web. When you were running web businesses and web games, you know that there was this amazing tool. App-to-user notification allows you to reach out to all of the list of friends of that specific user, but it may not be as relevant, it may not be as contextual. Now with send to Messenger invites, you're giving the tools and the opportunities for that user to choose who is the best one to play with him, who's the friend that really cares about that game. And we've been seeing way better CTRs, way better retention coming from users that do so. So talking a little bit about retention, I know it's an important question for you guys. I listened to the Cool Games presentation, and it is true. Instant games so far have been seeing lower retention metrics than mobile games, but it's growing. And it's growing as we're building more and more entry points to your games, and as games are becoming more and more deep in the platform and higher quality. But one thing that is very important for retention when looking at instant games is that when you play solo, if I'm just playing Everwing solo, I'll retain okay, I'll do well within the game, but there's nothing more compelling than playing together. And so as you see, if I play on a one-on-one session, me against Marco, I'll retain even better. And if I play in a group, let's say 5 people in the same thread, I'll then retain 2 to 3 times more. And this is really crucial to understand when thinking about the value of instant games. As mentioned before, custom updates or in-thread updates are one of the main entry points to your game. The more users you have in that thread, engaging and working together and playing games together, the more entry points you'll have back to your gameplay. The same way with the quantity of threads. We have this belief in instant games that there's different contexts, and each context will have to do with whoever you're playing, if you're playing in a thread with more people or less people. And what we found out is that folks that play with more and more threads, they retain even better. So playing threads with a lot of people works well, and playing across many threads works well as well, up to 5 times more retention. And just an example, but what you're seeing in the screen is the 8-ball pool custom update or in-thread update. Someone playing against each other. And this is an asynchronous game, turn-based game. So every time there's a turn from your friend, there will be a custom update generated into the thread, and that's a persistent entry point. Even if I'm in the middle of a presentation right now and someone is trying to play with me, I won't be able to play right now, but I'll be able to play later on, and I'll be reminded every time I go to my inbox on Messenger. So let's talk a little bit about re-engagement. So Messenger bots. Messenger bots are a product that we have on Messenger. It's not specific to instant games, but we leverage it really well in a way of driving re-engagement and increasing your retention towards games. There's folks that do it better, there's folks that do it worse, as always, but the platform is very flexible. You have amazing tools like buttons, templates that you can use different creatives, even video or images. And the idea is creating this very exciting and creative experiences that really pick your attention and drive folks back to gameplay. And I'll show you a couple of examples. You're probably aware, or you know the type of push notification that mobile has, the traditional one. Instant games tends to be a little bit different and a little bit more creative in a way. So I'll give you 3 examples. Everwink has events, weekly events, and they incentivize folks with their bot to join the event and start playing together to collaboratively accumulate points towards a chest that you share. The bot is the reminder, weekly basis, reminding you, hey, you want to join this time. On Words with Friends, what you're seeing there is a very traditional type of push notification. Someone joins into the platform, starts playing that game. You can remind another user that that person is now playing. And why don't you try to play against them as well? And the third one that we've been seeing, a very creative one as well, Basketball Forever. It's a simple game. It drives a lot of engagement in the platform, and they've been using their bot to create context, to add storyline into the experience that has to do with the game. And we've been seeing super creative ways of using it. I'm going to share one more because it's an important one. 4 Picks 1 Word is one of our most successful games in the platform by Lodem. Their bot works really well, and it's the largest entry point to the game. It's not always that case, but for Lodem and for their game, it is. And they do one simple thing. You have to guess words according to different images. A word that may have a meaning in all of those images. When you get stuck, their strategy is that you have to reach out to someone within your friends list and say, hey, help me here because I have to move forward. And they do it with a bot. Every time someone is stuck, you'll have a list of folks that you can help. And finally, monetization, another one that it's a big deal for developers. It is very important for us, Facebook, to guarantee that the ecosystem works, that you can build businesses within instant games. We do believe that, and we're working hard to guarantee that you have all the monetization solutions possible and that you already know how to use, so that you can monetize your games, you can build businesses and be successful. We started with video ads, with rewarded video. Very easy reason why Audience Networks is an amazing product. It's part of our family of Facebook, and we're using their product to allow game developers to monetize their games with in-app advertising. What you're seeing in the example is Golden Boot. Whenever you miss a shot, they incentivize you to watch a video so that you continue your session instead of churning from there. We're expanding to more partners. There's already a lot of those 70 titles that are in the platform are already using in-app ads. We're going to be expanding it more. You can also use interstitials, and I'm giving the example of rewarded video because we know that it has really strong eCPMs and also drives high retention. Even better, in-app purchases. We're also building in-app purchases in instant games. We're starting only recently and only with Android, and again only with one partner called Everwink in this case. What you're seeing there is the flow of the purchase, and as you're seeing from the video, we use Google Billing. So if your users already have the credentials in the system from Google Billing, they'll be able to easily pay on instant games as well. We're going to be hopefully expanding into more platforms very soon. And some new features that some of you are probably aware because we announced a couple of months ago, but I want to go through them as well. And these are coming. Instant Games is powered by Facebook Analytics, an amazing tool that you can use to check your retention rates, your engagement metrics, the demographics of your audience, and other insights. You can also use for Instant Games. We're customizing a little bit the tool because Instant Games does have some differences. The value of knowing if more folks are playing from single, solo, group play, what type of entry points they come from, all of that, how to measure the engagement on your bot as well. All of those are very important for us, and we're currently trying to work out and improve the tool to have those for you as well. Landscape mode. What you're seeing in the screen is the Angry Birds title. We started developing a landscape mode because Angry Birds was coming for the platform and they understood that it was a better experience. Now it's available across other games. But this allows you to really choose what's the best experience for your players. Is it playing portrait or landscape? It automatically rotates. The bar, as you've seen, the Instant Games bar is on the side. And it's already available, so if you want to design experiences that are landscape, you're free to do it as well. Really cool one. As I mentioned, we're trying to figure out what are the entry points within all of our ecosystem that we can leverage to drive more retention, more engagement into your games. Live streaming is big on Facebook. Facebook is a video-first company, and we're enabling. It's already available on Android and almost hopefully available on iOS. This tool that we allow users within your games, on Instant Games, to go live directly into feed, or to Messenger, or to a group. Bear in mind that every time that your friends go live doing something, that's a high signal of intent for the system, and it drives usually app user notifications for your friends. So that's another re-engagement tool back to gameplay. Cool things, if I'm playing Golden Boot, for example, the CTA that appears when I live stream it is challenge me. If you as a user click on the CTA to challenge me, you jump into the gameplay with me, and you'll also appear on my live stream. So that's some of the really cool things we're building around Instant Games. And similar to live streaming, we're also leveraging our real-time communication tools on Messenger. Whenever you're calling your wife, your friends, your family, you can use AR effects, for example, but you can also play games now. We're testing Words with Friends. There's 245 million users that chat every month on Messenger, and now they can also play, not only chat. And that's it. Thank you so much, guys.